many are drawn to a more heartful path in spirituality, a way that feels more warm, more real, more alive. But it's useful to know that this heart that we're speaking of, it's not just a romantic notion or metaphor or a mood that we conjure up. We're wired down to the roots of our biology for a love that reaches far beyond the fleeting emotion. This love is capable of ecstatic bliss, of vast compassion, of luminous goodwill, and selfless altruism. The trouble is our common idea of feeling is shaped by the left brain's structures. This left brain is where language resides, and words, they form concepts, and concepts frame our perception, and perception stirs the left amygdala, the emotional center, bound to our verbal thinking. In this way, our feelings often become reactions to the stories that we tell ourselves. When we think of a love-based spirituality through this lens, it can seem like nothing more than mood making. But it's not. To grasp the true force and the reality of divine love, we must look to the right hemisphere, and in particular to the right amygdala. Yes, we have two amygdalae, mere twins in form, but not in function. The amygdalae are ancient structures in what we call the emotional brain, or sometimes nicknamed the reptilian brain, for their deep evolutionary roots in survival. These both belong to the limbic system, or what we could call our feeling brain. In spirituality, emotions often become the puzzle that no one quite knows how to solve. Some seekers try to banish them. Some do this thinking that they're obstacles. Other treats them as wounds to be healed or noise to be transcended. In each case, the amygdala is seen as primitive, something to rise above. But research is now revealing a different picture. The right amygdala holds higher functions that can serve our awakening. It's not just a sentinel for danger. It can be a gateway to wonder, connection, and a felt sense of divine love. Can have that essence of presence be a felt knowing. So, to summarize, the left amygdala is triggered by the mind's verbal stories more so. Emotional reaction to concepts and analysis and emotional processing. Whereas the right amygdala is tied to the non-verbal world, to subtle sensation, to emotional salience, to joy, to gratitude, playfulness, forgiveness, and relational warmth, and a timeless sense of connection. From a scientific perspective, these higher functions are well documented. Joy, especially spontaneous or relational, lights up the right amygdala and the insula. Gratitude and forgiveness activate the right limbic and paralimbic regions, helping us to release and regulate emotion, opening the door to inner peace. Awe and transcendence engage the right amygdala and the pathways that stimulate this response to mystery and to magnitude. When refined by contemplative practice, the right amygdala can shift us from vigilance to receptivity, from fear to presence, from reactivity to subtle communion. This may explain why practices like gratitude, forgiveness, and heart-centered awareness don't just change our mood, they change our perception at the root. They repurpose the amygdala's wiring, training it to choose resonance over reactivity, connection over control. So just to be clear, brain function is never as simple as this part does that. So gratitude, forgiveness, awe, these are complex functions that involve complex interspheric crosstalk. But the feeling tone, the warm gravity that pulls us into love's field, emerges from the limbic system, with the amygdala as the central node. So think of this as a sacred repurposing of the ancient circuitry. The same pathways evolution harnessed for survival may, in their higher form, awaken us. As David Hawkins observed, once consciousness passes a certain threshold, what he said was around level 200, then right brain dominance begins to emerge. In that shift, perception softens, the heart opens, and life starts to feel infused with meaning. It's plausible, and the research supports this, that the right amygdala plays a key role in detecting the subtle inner experience. The quiet shimmer of energy, the soft glow of that inner light, the wordless certainty that this matters. This is emotional salience in its highest form. In meditators, enhanced connectivity has been observed between the right amygdala and the insula, the seat of inner sensing, and the anterior cingulate cortex that regulates attention and emotion. This triad then allows us to notice delicate inner signals and tag them with significant and stay present to them before the left brain tries to explain them away. In essence, the right amygdala detects subtle, nonverbal inner experiences. It gives them emotional weight and meaning before language can step in. This pre-verbal knowing is the soil from which bliss and wonder and awe and sacred connection can grow. When you open to the radiance in the heart space, to the energy of divine love, you're not making a mood. You're engaging in one of the brain's most profound gateways to awakening. Repeat it often, and you rewire the brain. You begin to live love's essence. You become a conduit for it to express through your unique individual being. And that is the real tale. of two amygdalae.